I was involved briefly with a married man who believed he had the courage to leave his wife to be with me and to live his truth. This isn't the typical story of a married man promising to leave his wife for a secret lover. Rather, this is a story in part about a gay man who knew he was gay before he got married, but chose to marry a woman because he didn't know how to break free. Rocky and I met on a gay social media site 3 months after I returned to the East Coast to live, and just 11 months after he was married. At the time we met, he was living and working in Dubai as a contractor for the government on a military base, while his wife was stationed in Tallahassee, Florida, where they had a home. In one of the first messages he sent me, Rocky shared that he was married, but that he had regrets. He explained that he had come out to his mother and siblings when he was 18 years old. He said that
to listen to more of One Thing for Certain, Two Things for Sure, a memoir continued, visit audible.com.
one of the best parts of life is when you can admit the truth to yourself about yourself. Cyberspace is a world where one can become something he isn't, but everything he dares to be. I wasn't interested in getting attached to anyone, and I knew I wouldn't take anyone I met online seriously. I had multiple screen names to increase my chances of meeting someone attractive. The majority of the profiles noted HIV negative under status, but I knew better from the work I had done in the HIV community. I knew 1 out of 3 black gay men was positive. The messages I found in my inbox validated me in my depression. In some strange way, they reinforced that I was worthy and deserving. My days consisted of waking up and logging on to see how many messages had accrued overnight. Months passed before I got honest with my therapist about what was happening with me. And before I knew it, I heard myself say, I've been having sex with people I meet online. To listen to more of Words Never Spoken in Memoir, visit audible.com.
Come on out. Come on out. Craig, come the fuck on out. You came through with this goddamn book. Let me tell y'all something. I ain't read no damn book in I don't know how long, but somehow Craig turned a ratchet bitch into a reader, bitch. Damn, my tongue real slippery. Bitch can't even talk, but bitch, I can read. Come on out. Anyway, by the time I got done with this damn book, bitch, I felt like I need to go sit on my back porch and smoke me a long cigarette while wearing a old nasty Caucasian damn witness protection wig, bitch. When I tell you he dropping 10 here, he talk about Tyler Perry, Brandy, bitch. Oh, girl, this book had my coochie on hard, had my coochie lips on blue, had me hot and moist like a KFC biscuit, bitch. Oh, Jesus, girl. By the time I got done, y'all, I felt like a boss, bitch. You made me want to go out and do things with my goddamn life, bitch. He talk about damn heartbreak, everything, girl. Come on now. I was on an emotional roller coaster, Craig. Come on out. Jesus.
Good day, thinkers, thought leaders, progressives, and dreamers. I'm Craig the Writer Stewart, and I'm inviting you to join my Patreon. Don't know what a Patreon is? It's my official video diary with only exclusive content that you won't see anyplace else. It's easy to join. Just visit patreon.com/Craig the Writer Stewart. Here's what you'll find on my Patreon. A day in my life, whether that's dinner with friends or a typical workday. Live Q&As with members of my Patreon about each episode of the T.S. Madison Experience and what I was really thinking. I'll even bring you on vacation with me. The video will make you think that you were right there. And last but not least, for all of my aspiring writers, I give you first-hand, one-on-one, personalized attention, answering all of your questions about publishing and self-publishing. So what are you waiting for? Join now. Swipe up or visit www.patreon.com/Craig the Writer Stewart. I'll see you soon. Oh, and one more thing. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. That's youtube.com/Craig the Writer. Do it now. Good day, thinkers, thought leaders, progressives, and dreamers. I'm Craig the Writer Stewart, and this is So Much to Say YouTube TV. These are my thoughts, in my voice, on black shit, white shit, gay shit, and everything in between. Now, So Much to Say YouTube TV is the place that you come to learn and grow. So go ahead and hit the like button, the share button, and the subscribe button. And turn on that little bell so that you get a notification every single time that I go live or I upload something new. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Good day, thinkers, thought leaders, progressives, and dreamers. I'm Craig the Writer Stewart, and this is the Facebook and YouTube live versions of So Much to Say. These are my thoughts in my voice on black shit, white shit, gay shit, and everything in between. As you can see, I have already showered. And thank you very much, India. I appreciate you supporting the book. I've already showered. I got my nightgown on. I don't know why I like saying that. But at any rate, I'm already showered. I'm already in the bed. I'm already sleepy. But I did order some food because I am hungry as well. Hey, Cherie Green. Hey, Valerie. Valerie. Legra and I were going to do a live tonight because I want you guys to come to Cabo with us. We're going to be going to Cabo July 9th through the 13th. So I wanted to invite you guys to come to Cabo. So we were going to do a live tonight so that we could answer any questions. And basically explain like the activities that we have planned, the things that we have planned. As I've mentioned before, it is an all-inclusive resort. So once you pay for your trip, it includes all of your food and all of your drinks. All right. So we're gonna plan to do a live probably this weekend. It's probably gonna be this weekend or the top of next week because I will be in St. Louis next week because we have a Phag Talk show. Pardon me, at the City Winery in St. Louis. So if you still need to get tickets for Phag Talk in St. Louis, you can. The website is phagtalk.com. And then you just click on St. Louis and then, purchase your ticket. We also have tickets for the Atlanta show. We have 2 shows in Atlanta, February 21st and 22nd. Today I was working on, hey, Donna Brown. Today I was working on a possible venue for Houston. A possible venue for Houston. And we have a possible venue for Detroit, aka Detroit. Detroit and Houston. And we may have some news for St. Petersburg, Florida. I said May. Hey, Marie. Hey, girl. Marie, did you come to the DC show? I don't remember seeing you there. Did Marie come to the DC show? I don't remember Marie coming to the DC show. But let me then I was going to do we have new dates for New York and Chicago, but we'll talk about that later. I was going to do a restaurant review tonight. However, I just didn't have it in me. I didn't have the energy to do it tonight. All of that. So I wanted to kind of talk about this. Marie said she sure did. I left before I could see you. Matter of fact, I need some. Girl, I wanted to talk about this whole crazy Donald Trump. Now, I am not at all professing to be a clairvoyant. I'm not professing to be a clairvoyant. We were just talking about planes crashing the other day. And I specifically mentioned American Airlines, US Air, United. Like I specifically said, I do not fly on those aircrafts that are named after the United States. Because those tend to be the ones that the terrorists go after for the namesake. And when I think about flying and when I fear flying, when I fear flying, my fear is always, I've never feared like being on a plane and it being hijacked. My fear has always been planes colliding in the air. And that's exactly what happened. Obviously, one was a helicopter or something military, I think, copter, and one was a commercial airline. And I also said, yes, thank you, God is love. I also said on Phag Talk the other day, I'm not with getting on those planes where there's a whole sports team on there because they be the ones that go down. They be the ones that go down when it has like a whole tennis team or lacrosse team, and I'm like, oh no, no, because those be the ones that make the news. It's really unfortunate that this plane crashed. It really is unfortunate. My heart goes out to, well, I was gonna say my heart goes out to the families of those people who were killed on those planes, right? My hope, though, is that those people that were involved in those crashes did not realize it. Now, the people on the Black Hawk, they probably realize it because you're on a helicopter, and on those helicopters you can see. But I'm imagining if you're on a commercial plane and you're on the back of the plane, you have no idea that it's about to collide. So my only hope is that they didn't even see it coming. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it's one thing for us to imagine, two aircrafts colliding, but it's a different experience, I would imagine, if you're on the plane and you didn't know it was going to happen, right? And you just die suddenly. You know what I'm saying? Like you just did not know. Um, so that's my hope. Yeah, it definitely depends on where you're sitting. I would imagine though, if you were on the commercial plane, you had no idea that you're about to run into that, other than the pilot. Other than the pilot. Now on those helicopters, even some of the ones in the back may not have known. You know what I'm saying? The pilots on both aircrafts, they probably knew. They both probably knew, and you probably. It's just like if you've ever been in a car crash, you brace yourself because you know it's about to happen, and there's nothing you can do, and you're just about to hit. Um, so my hope is that they just didn't know, you know. But wouldn't it be oh my God? Only thing I think about when I think about being on a plane and those things colliding is if you don't die suddenly. If you don't die suddenly, and the plane just disintegrates and you're falling out of the air. Mm. But why is it that your president, because he ain't mine, why is it that your president got on that press conference today? What did Lisa say? I want to know what Lisa said. What did Lisa say? I don't see Lisa. Oh, they were about to land. Somebody was looking out the window. Mm. Your president would get on that press conference today and say that it crashed because of DEI. Pardon me. Why would he get on the? First of all, talk about no sensitivity. Just tacky. Just no tact. He lacks savoir faire. All of the things. And if I was a relative, of one of those victims, whether it was one of the pilots or the passengers, I would be horrified. I'd be more mortified. And I would reach out to the White House. I would reach out to the White House and I would reach out to the press and I would let his motherfucking ass have it. Like, why would you say something like that? But see, this is the kind of stuff, this is the kind of temperament that I was speaking about when we were hopeful that Kamala could have won this election. Where people were waffling back and forth, and they were saying that they just didn't know, and I'm like, okay, but I'm willing to give her a chance because we know who he is. We had 4 years with him. We know who he is, and it's about his temperament. It's about the kind of hate that he would bring back into the office, the kind of nerve he would give to white people if he got back in office. But it's also his decision making when it comes to who he would appoint to certain cabinet positions. Like, it was all of the above. So when people were going on about gas prices were lower and groceries were lower, again, not understanding how government works, not understanding that the first half of his presidency, we were living off of President Obama's work. We were enjoying the benefits of what President Obama put in place. That stuff had rolled into his first half of his presidency. But when you try to explain that to people whose American government teacher was probably also their gym teacher, or they just didn't take American government at all, it was quite telling. It was quite telling. But this is what we have to look up to, this is what we have to expect over the course of the next 4 years. This is what we have to look forward to. And I don't know if you all saw Phag Talk. I know some of you saw it yesterday. But one of the things that I touched on is that he literally ended communication with WHO, which is World Health Organization. World Health Organization is a global organization. Their efforts are global. And what they do is they monitor outbreaks. So whether it's COVID-19 or monkeypox or any other type of outbreak that could happen, they monitor that kind of stuff. This crazy fool then ended it. So we're just not going to know. We're just not going to know that it's happening. They monitor things like bird flu. Yes, they monitor pandemics, epidemics, and disease. So are we just not going to know that it's coming? You're just going to be in a grocery store and see people doing this, and then all of a sudden, everybody going to have it. So like, he's just not rational. He's not smart. And the fact that he attempted to put a freeze on federal funding, and it was supposed to go into effect the day after tomorrow. It was supposed to go into effect the day after tomorrow. So you literally were going to snatch people off of welfare, Section 8, Head Start programs weren't going to be funded. Like, it would have all ended in 2 days. So if your rent right now is $26 on Section 8, your rent could have literally gone up to $2,000. If you're getting $300 in food stamps, you literally could have gone down to zero. He was going to end all federal money, WIC, Medicaid, you name it, FAFSA. Those of you that know about you, if you had kids that went to college or you went to college, that's that financial aid money that you get. He was ending all of that, like trillions of dollars, trillions of dollars would have been frozen. First of all, they didn't even know in the government whether or not it was legal for him to do that. If he had the power to do that, they didn't even know. They were like, well, hold on now, we don't know. And even if the president did have the power to do that, there still is protocol. There's a process. It has to go through Congress. Like, so it just goes to show you that he doesn't even know how the government works. He doesn't even know how the government works. And we still got the problem out in California. There's still the problem in California. He's irrational. He's immature. And my thing is, here's the thing with Elon Musk. If anyone else, let me go back. Where's the Jewish community? They didn't take issue with him doing that gesture? Because had it been anybody else, had it been a black person per se, who had done that, who had simulated that same gesture, I'm like, where are they? They're really quiet, unusually quiet. And I don't know, like what we see is this country unhinging. And when I tell you, there's a white guy that I follow on, well, I used to follow on TikTok. I follow him on Instagram. Tizzy, Tizzyent, Tizzy Int. I really enjoy his content, and who is this calling me? I really enjoy his content, and hi there. Thank you. You too. Thanks so much. I really enjoy his content. And there was a part of me that felt in my spirit. Because I watched him a lot when I was on TikTok. I see his stuff on Instagram too, but I used to watch his stuff a lot on TikTok. And when I tell you, there was a part of me that always wondered, how did he become this white guy who was so concerned about exposing racists? Oh, the door is locked, niece. It is definitely locked. Hold on, let me wash my hands. I always wondered, like, why was he so invested in exposing racists? And yeah, it's locked. I locked it. Let me lock this bottom lock though, because we're home for the night. Amen. We're home for the night. In fact, let's go ahead and put our alarm on because we are in. So because I used to wonder, like, why was he so invested in exposing racists? There was a part of me that wondered, was he ever racist? Did he ever do anything that was just racist? Like, what was his turning point? Well, wouldn't you know it, I was watching a video today from him, and he said, yes, we are not having any company today. He said on his video that I saw today that he was an asshole at one point. He said he did some crazy stuff. He said he used to make really racist comments. Yeah, this is about Tizzy. Yes, he said he had a controversial past. He said he made some bad decisions in the past. He said, and it took a lot of soul searching and a lot of work for him to understand that his behavior was wrong. And so now he's done this work. I'm telling you, there was a part of me, I said, I knew we met in Neiman's. Greg and I are coming to Neiman's Saturday. We have some things to pick up. But I was wondering, like, why was he so dedicated to this work? And I'm like, he had to have been a person who was racist and turned the corner. Because see, here's the thing. Even when people are homophobic, sometimes they turn a corner, and they realize, you know what, this is wrong. So I was watching his page today. Why the fuck is this not so serious on this bag? Damn, I'm trying to get to my food. Siri, ain't nobody say a damn thing to you. Siri, be quiet. Hold on, let me get to the things, people. Let me get to the things. So, tonight we're having Mexican. I will vote for Donald Trump. I'm having Mexican tonight. Amen. Father God, we thank you for the food we're about to receive. Let it be for the nourishment of our bodies. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Let me squeeze a little lime on here. We got a little shrimp taco. And we got 2 shrimp tacos. And honey, listen, you better order all of the Mexican food you can before they snatch all of them out of the country. Won't be nobody here. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm. 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 Are we having a cocktail tonight? Or we're gonna have a little piece of edible? Mm. I didn't feel like cooking tonight, so that's why I ordered something to eat. We having a cocktail? Okay. So I was watching Tizzy's page today, and he was saying how, what we having? Remind me to tell y'all about this, the fall of Diddy. I'm looking at these bottles of Ciroc up here. Remind me to talk about the fall of Diddy. It's over there on Max. I'm on Tizzy's page earlier, and there was this white woman in Beverly Hills who was talking to these, I think they were Mexican, valet guys. She forgot to validate her parking. And the parking was $50. And so they told her that, it was going to be $50, without the validation. So she became, upset with them and told them that that's why Donald Trump was in office and, he's doing good things in the country. And she called them wetbacks. And she swore. So what I'm saying is he has unleashed that kind of thing. I thought I had some food in my teeth. He unleashed that kind of thing again in this country. Do I have limes? I do have limes. Let me make me a little margarita, kind of. Do I have some agave? Let's see. Because we got alcohol everywhere. Everywhere. I do have some agave. And so she said all of that, but he has emboldened these people. And that's what I don't like. Now, I'm just praying. I am really praying to God that none of them white folks try me. Because I don't have that kind of I don't have that kind of patience with them. I really don't. Not if you come up to me and say something crazy. I don't have that kind of patience. Like yesterday, where was I going? I was going somewhere yesterday and I was turning a corner. And there was a white woman. As I was turning the corner, her car was setting right there as I turned, but she was facing me. So she was on the wrong side of the street. She was like parked like right outside of this little ice cream shop. The ice cream shop was like on the corner. And so she was like sitting right there in her car. But she was in the way of the cars that were turning. And I just kind of slowed up and I like looked at her and I wanted to be like, move this motherfucking car. Like park this shit somewhere. But anyway, I just kept it moving. Do I need to shake this up? I'm just gonna stir it. Hey, let's sit down for a second. I gotta get my drink together. And so it's just a lot going on in this country right now. It really is, and I don't like the way. I don't like it. I don't like the audacity that some of these people have. Their arrogance. And even like as I'm moving around through my day, I'm looking at people and just thinking like, what are these people thinking? What side of history were you on? Like I was at the gym today and this white guy came up to me and my trainer. He came up to my trainer and said, now mind you, I'm sitting on the equipment. And he says, are you all using this? Mind you, I'm sitting on it. And he said, yeah. He said, well, how many of you all have? And maybe it was innocent. It may have been innocent. But I didn't like his motherfucking tone. I didn't like the way he came over and asked this question. I didn't like it. I think I need 2 limes because that ain't really put a lot of lime juice in there. And Jack, she'll drink her margarita like that with just a little bit of lime in it because she drinks more tequila. She wants more tequila than lime. But at any rate, I don't know. I'm just not really. I'm not with it. Now I do enjoy seeing so many white people who voted for him get this shit thrown back in their face. I really do. There's nothing sweeter than the satisfaction. But then I do think about those of you who work in corporate America and you have to deal with them. You have to work with them. That does concern me because they are so emboldened that they may try to make shit more difficult for you at work. So I think about that. Um, well, where's the tequila? Who is this texting me? Phone wasn't ringing all day. Get us some tequila. Pull a more agave in here. We're gonna stir this thing up. We don't feel like shaking and doing all that. Now, did you all watch that? Ain't that phone hot? That phone is hot. Now, the fall of Diddy is over there on Max. Now, I'm gonna tell you the other thing, and again, I don't think that I'm clairvoyant. I don't think I can see into the future. But I have said to a couple of my friends, wouldn't it be something? Let's get us a little metal straw. Let us get a little metal straw for our cocktail. Is that all right? Yes, baby, that's all right. What movie is that from? Do y'all know what that's from? Oh, wait, Tracy, do you know what line that movie is from? I mean, what movie that line is from? Tracy, and do you know what movie the line is? You know what I'm trying to say. Yes, that was from Love Jones. This is DeAndre said, answer my text. Oh, is that you texting me? Meanwhile, we don't know each other. Look, I just left the cabinet open, the drawer out. I'll fix that in a moment. We got to finish talking. Do y'all know what line that movie was from? What movie that line was from? Yes, you can play that game. That was one of my favorite movies. That was one of Vivica's best movies, in my opinion. But did y'all see? So the fall of Diddy. Is that Ryan texting me? He down here in these comments too. Let me see. Is that who's texting me? Yes, that's him. I've already wiped my mouth. The fall of Diddy. I'm wondering if Trump might pardon him. Can he be pardoned since he's already in jail? And the only reason I was saying that is because, Trump was at some of those white parties, some of those Diddy parties. I'm not saying he was at some of the fuck-offs, but what I'm saying is they had a relationship where he made enough of a rapport where I wouldn't be surprised if Diddy wouldn't reach out, or at least have his people reach out. Right, okay. He could pardon the federal charges, right, but not the state. So that's what I've been wondering. And see, Trump likes to have somebody black in his pocket so he can make the other black people think, see, I like you people. Baby, this margarita is nice. Ain't nothing but 2 limes, some tequila, and some agave. Also known as a skinny margarita. So some of you know that I have this spiritual teacher. Now, how's Chantel on the how's Chantel on the treadmill telling me she's hungry? Mm-mm. Andrew, I may be coming to St. Pete. Mike. We might be doing a little Phag talk down there. What was I about to say? I was about to say something. Oh, spiritual teacher. And the last time we had a session was when my mom passed. Right? And she said to me, I don't really see you. That was back in October. She said, I don't really see you in the country very much next year, meaning this year. She said, I really feel like you're going to pack up and move. And so she had me thinking that I was going to leave the country. Especially when I started saying that, you know, if he won, I was going to get dual citizenship. I am still interested in getting dual citizenship. And speaking of that, they're making it more difficult for Americans to get dual citizenship. They're making it more difficult. Canada is just in case, Tony, just in case. They're making it more difficult for Americans to go to get citizenship in Canada. My spiritual teacher told me back in October, she said, you're going to be out of the country a lot. She said, I don't really see you here. She said, I'm going to see you packing up and moving. And here's the thing. It's now making sense. Because I'm going to Rio next week. So if you're on Patreon, I'll give you some Rio. You'll see Rio. And then I just booked a trip to Africa. Now, that's not till the end of the year. But I'll be gone for the month of December. I'll be gone for the month of December. I want to be out of this country as often as possible. I don't know if I can go to London in April because we're trying to line up some Phag Talk shows during that time. No. Patreon's gonna be lit this year. Because I'm gonna put all that stuff on Patreon. All this travel. I'm not gonna eat this salmon until tomorrow. But I am gonna eat this salad. I went to the dentist yesterday. I'm really looking for a new dentist. And I'm looking for a new dentist because I don't like these little small forks. Don't you hate when you order to-go food and they use these little baby forks? What am I supposed to do with this little ass fork? I went to the dentist yesterday and had my teeth cleaned. And they did a good job. But I'm used to going to a dentist and they, the hygienist may clean your teeth, but then the actual dentist comes in and looks over their work, right? And the dentist, and I'm only speaking to the people. Look, I'm only speaking to the people who go to the dentist on a regular. If you don't go to the dentist on a regular, you may not know what I'm talking about. Niece and nephew, you're supposed to go to the dentist every 6 months, okay? And if you don't have dental insurance, that's okay, because I didn't always have dental insurance either. You find you a Groupon, amen? You find you a Groupon. Tony, I'm not sure how long you've been following me, Tony, but I used to talk about oil pulling a lot. And so that's one of the things that I do. I oil pull. Oil pulling helps whiten your teeth. It removes plaque, but it also removes toxins from your body, right? And so I oil pull like several nights a week. And I did it today. No, it was yesterday. I did it yesterday. But that oil pulling is really great for you. And so like once upon a time when I didn't have dental insurance, I needed a root canal, but I didn't know it. I had gone to the dentist and the dentist was like, "You're not in pain. You're not in any pain?" I was like, "No." She's like, "You need a root canal terribly." I said, "Wait, what?" She said, "You need a root canal." She said, "We need to go ahead and get this done." I said, "Well, girl, I ain't got no insurance. How much does that cost?" I didn't got up, went over there and didn't even grab a fork. I said, "Well, how much does that cost?" She said, "About $4,000. I said, "Well, girl, I guess I'm gonna have to keep on praying, girl, because I ain't got that." Unbeknownst to me, because I was oil pulling, I've been oil pulling for years. Because I had been oil pulling, that's what saved me. That's why that root canal was okay. That's why I didn't need it. I mean, that's why it wasn't causing me any pain. Because I guess the oil was getting down. I guess the oil was getting down in the root. And so it was lubricating it and it wasn't causing any pain down there. And so I didn't make that connection for many years. Like once I actually got dental insurance and was at the dentist and I actually had the root canal done. And I was like, you know what? That's probably why I was able to go for as long as I did without getting that root canal, because I was oil pulling. But anyway, I want to find a new dentist because if you're a person that goes to the dentist regularly, you know that usually the hygienist will clean your teeth and then the dentist will come in and look at their work. They'll make sure that they scrape them good. They'll look to see if there's anything, they may have missed. They're looking at the health of your gums, all that kind of stuff. Well, I went to the dentist yesterday, and they ain't even send no damn dentist in there. They didn't even send the dentist in. The hygienist cleaned my teeth. First of all, let me tell you how ghetto it is. And it's not ghetto in the sense that it's hood when you go in. It's ghetto. Wait a minute. Jay Thompson said, "Oh, my old ass is scared of the dentist." So we know he or she has not been to the dentist in ages. Jay Thompson, don't be walking around with no yuck mouth, okay? Don't be walking around with no yuck mouth. Because you're scared to go to the dentist. So it's ghetto in the sense that when you first go in and you sign in, they take your payment.
excuse me? Yeah, your services today will cost you X amount of dollars. I'm like, wait, what? So I paid when I went in. Got my teeth clean by the hygienist. The dentist never came in. And then when I was leaving, I went to give them my parking ticket because they used to validate the parking. Well, girl, they don't even validate parking no more. And I got to pay $5 to park. Oh, yeah, let me find me a new dentist. Y'all don't even have enough service to be commanding no shit like that. Mm-mm. No, ma'am. And so my thing is, I guess they charge people at the front at the beginning of the service or before your service because a few of you have run out without paying. A few of you got up there to that counter, honey, and your card was given, ma'am, sir, this isn't working. Do you have another form of payment? And you give it, no, I don't have anything else. And you've already had your teeth cleaned, or you've already had your root canal, or you've already had your crown put in. Yeah, they did thousands of dollars worth of work in your mouth. And your Bank of American card, not Bank of America, your Bank of American card then got declined. Who do you think you are? So it's like, oh, we got something for them. It's just like these restaurants that make you pay when you order your food. I'm not eating in those places. The people are asking about how to oil pull. Let me tell you, I used to give so many lessons on this live about how to oil pull and what kind of oil stuff to use that my normal people that watch the lives, they were like, Craig, please, can they go look at the old videos? We're not going to keep doing oil pulling lessons. But with oil pulling, you do not want to spit that stuff in your sink. Because, just like Crisco, or those of you who eat bacon, you know how you fry bacon, and then you leave the bacon grease right there, and then it kind of calcifies, and it, turns into like it will do that in your sink. That oil pulling, that coconut oil will do that in your sink. Then you'll have a plumbing issue. And you already know that if you ain't got money to pay your dentist, then you definitely ain't got no money to be paying no plumber. If you done walked out on the dental bill, you don't need to be calling no plumber. So I spit mine in the trash can. Okay? I spit mine in the trash can. And then you brush. You want to brush after you oil pull. Because once you oil pull, you have all of that that stuff that you done ate all through the day, the particles that then came from between your teeth and then your gums, probably a little bit of plaque, Jay Thompson, because you ain't been to the dentist in years because you scared. And all of that stuff comes up. Okay? All that stuff comes up. So you want to spit that out. And the oil pulling gets in between your teeth in a way that floss cannot. Now, I'm not saying you exchange the two. I'm not saying that you do one over the other. I'm not saying you do one over the other. You should do both. But what I'm saying is that oil, because it's slippery, it's oil. It slides in between your teeth and your gums and it pulls all of those impurities out, right? You want to brush that out after. And then do your mouthwash and stuff like that. Now, do not forget that you need to brush your tongue. Because see, some of y'all going in there, you spending all this time brushing your teeth and all that flossing, ain't touched that tongue, and you still damn near killing people with your breath. You don't know why you taking out whole sections in your department. You spend all that time brushing and flossing, ain't took near bit of mouthwash. I'm sorry, you did mouthwash, but you didn't take that toothbrush at all and go across that tongue. You devastating the entire elevator going to your floor. Hmm? Nobody wants to be around you. Nobody is bold enough to tell you that your breath stinks. And it's all because you are skipping a step. One of the most important steps. Yes, I used the little who was that asked me that? Where's my girl who gave me the my girl Lamia? I think where did I meet you, Lamia? That was in Philly. I use those little disposable tongue scrapers that you gave me. Love it. Love it. Now the oil that I use to oil pull, now you can do coconut oil, but it needs to be cold pressed, unrefined, virgin, organic. It needs to be those 4 things. Don't ask me to repeat it. Rewind the video. No, I'll say it again. Cold pressed, unrefined, virgin, and organic. Okay? And then you take and you put it in your mouth, you swish it around. You need to leave it in there for about 5 minutes. Now, I know that sounds like a lot of time. Yes, it needs to be cold pressed, unrefined, virgin, organic coconut oil. I love those little not organic. I love those little disposable things that you gave me. Listen, that was such a great gift. It really was. Thank you so much for that. I actually have it on the bench at the end of my bed because the next time I pack to travel, I'm going to take it with me. In fact, I'm going out of town next week to St. Louis. I'm going to take it with me. And when I go to Rio. But at any rate, I really enjoy using the what is it called, Guru Nanda, because it's already liquefied. If you do the coconut oil that's in the jar, you got to put it in your mouth and let it melt down. It's like putting a tablespoon of Crisco in your mouth, and you got to let it melt down. But the Guru Nanda that's in the bottle, it's already liquefied. So you just put a little bit in your mouth, like a shot glass full. It comes with a little cup, and then you just swish it around in your mouth. But don't spit that stuff down in your drain. It's the same as cooking oil. You don't put that down your drain. You don't want to do that because it will drain. It will clog it up eventually. I know some people are allergic to coconut oil, but you can use grapeseed oil. What's the other kind of oil? Grapeseed oil and olive oil. You can use those too. This is a Mexican salad. It has a little corn. I don't eat corn. I mean, generally, I don't ever buy. I mean, I'm eating it because it's in the salad, but I don't buy corn. I don't typically eat it because corn doesn't really digest, and there's really no nutritional value. Oh yeah, you can use this kind of oil too. That's right, you can. Corn doesn't digest, and there's no nutritional value to corn, right? That's why when you boo-boo, it comes out and you can see it in your shit. And it'd be the whole little kernel. Adrian said, I love corn. Thank you, Andrew, for the Zell. Hold on, I'm sorry. I have a meeting tomorrow. I'm just trying to schedule. Bria says she don't like corn, okay? Andrew talking about chew it up good. Thank you, Tony. Thank you. I appreciate that. All right, I'm officially full. So this is me putting the plate down. You know, some of you don't know how to back away from the table. You'll keep eating because, you know, we were all raised, especially if we're black or brown people. We were raised that you eat all of your food until you sit at the table and you eat until it's gone. But I'm grown and I'm full, so I'm going to put this in the refrigerator. But back to the question. This salad it's a Mexican salad. It has corn in it, it has black beans in it, it has not pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds, cucumber, avocado, mixed greens. It's good. And I think they do this homemade dressing. It's like an avocado dressing. When I say that shit is good, and this place is right here, not far from my house. And when I tell you they have left they have forgotten to bring because I will go to the restaurant to eat, but there are a lot of times, like tonight, not a lot of times, but sometimes I'll order the food and have it brought to me. When I say them motherfucking people have left my motherfucking salad dressing. Now, who wants a salad and doesn't have any dressing? And I don't usually have dressing in my house. I'm not, you know, I don't really have salad dressing like that. But when I tell you, they left my salad dressing and I called them, I was like, sir, ma'am, how am I supposed to eat this salad without no dressing? When you all packaged this up, you should have put my dressing in it. What happened? And they've done it multiple times. One time I stopped at the restaurant to get food to go. And I order the same thing every time I go. I know the drink is gone. And, oh, you never heard of oil pulling? It's really good for you. If you Google it, you'll see what I'm talking. I never heard of it, so I looked it up. Okay. Yeah, it's really good for you. Did I say good day thinkers, thought leaders, progressors, and dreamers? I'm Craig the Writer Stewart, and this is the Facebook and YouTube live versions of So Much to Say. These are my thoughts in my voice on black shit, white shit, gay shit, and everything in between. See, this is why I say good day thinkers, because see, we learn over here too. Amen. But one time I stopped in a restaurant and I ordered this salmon and salad. Oh, I didn't say it. Thanks, Andrew. Oh, somebody else said I did. Oh. Tanya, talking about you just did. Girl, I meant before now. Excuse me. So I ordered my food and the spirit said, check that bag before you go. And I'm standing at the bar. You know, they hand me the food at the bar. And I'm looking. And there's no salad dressing in there. Do you understand how pissed I would have been had I gotten home and did not have any salad dressing? I said, excuse me, where's the manager? Oh, I said it in the bed. Madam X said I said it in the bed. Yes, the spirit said, look in there and see. I said, excuse me. Excuse me, where is the manager? Yeah, I said it just like that. Excuse me. Excuse me. I said, where is my salad dressing? I said, sir, I order from you guys all the time. And I said, there have been plenty of times that I have been home and I've ordered food and the food came and you all didn't put my salad dressing in here. I said, why don't you, like, why does this happen so regular? He says, so sorry, sir. I'm really sorry. I said, yeah, it's really aggravating. I said, when people order a salad, they want their salad dressing. Like, y'all need to put a list up there or something. They need to put a little list up there, like a little checklist. When people order a salad, make sure you grab the for to-go orders. Make sure there's utensils. Make sure there are napkins. Make sure there's salad dressing. Make sure there's salsa and your chips. And I mean, they always remember to put this damn sauce in here, but I can't put this shit on my damn salad. Since we're here, let me go ahead and eat a couple of these nachos. Are these called nachos? I guess these are considered nachos. Ooh. That's good. A little salsa. When I lived in California, that's when I got a better understanding. I know, I did say I was full a moment ago, right? Now, why Louise gonna say check your bag before you leave? Niece, I said there have been times that I've ordered food from home, so I couldn't check the bag, niece. I was home. I placed the order. They brought it to me, so there was no way for me to double check. Maybe she just joined the live. Maybe she missed that part. But I developed more of an appreciation for Mexican food when I lived in California. Because you California people, y'all love some Mexican food. When I went to Hampton, all of my friends from college that were from California, they always wanted to eat tacos. Well, let's get some tacos. We're like, what? We want no tacos. We want some real food. I'm just a little snackish right now. I'm just a little snackish right now. And no, I have not had an edible, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and get me a little piece because I want to have a nice deep sleep tonight. But I do want to talk about this fall of Diddy. Oh yeah, you Arizonans love Mexican food too. But wait, let me say this. Wait a minute, who said, can you adopt me? I'm 25. Wait, where did it go? Here she is. She said, can you adopt me? I am 25. All right. Somebody said they got rid of that storage bin before 2025. I know that's right. You probably had too much of an edible. I don't know how much you had. You probably took too much. You got to watch the milligrams. But when I came to Arizona a couple weeks ago, remember when we came? No, we weren't in Arizona. We were in Palm Springs. I'm sorry, I'm mixing that up. When I came to Palm Springs, that Mexican food there is not good. Because see, it's an old white city. And when I tell you, you know, white folks don't always like a lot of seasoning in their food. White folks don't like a lot of seasoning in their food sometimes. And so when I tell you that Mexican food was so bland, it wasn't nothing. Girl, you ain't had no bad food until you had some bland Mexican food. How you got bland Mexican food? How do you have bland Mexican food? I don't understand that. Right here. Wait a minute. Where the dichotomy of white people loving Mexican food but don't want Mexican people here. Yes, we've definitely talked about that over here. So I'm only gonna eat a half of this candy. Put the other half right here. When I tell you that food was so bland. But yes, I did watch The Fall of Diddy. And it was excellent. When I say it was excellent, the edible that I just had is 10 milligrams, but I only ate half, so it's about 5. The fall of Diddy was so good. Do you hear me? It was so in depth. It took you back to his childhood. I binge watched it. So I watched a couple episodes yesterday, and then I got sleepy. And I woke up hella early this morning for some reason. I don't know what time it was. I think it was like, I think I woke up about 7-ish, maybe. And immediately I turned the TV back on. And I turned it on and I watched the remaining 3 because it's 5 episodes. When I tell you that man is a monster. But I'm going to tell you something. I was watching it. First of all, not the witnesses, but the victims, they had very, very convincing and very, very telling stories. Like there was one girl that he was dating. She's like some model or actress or something. She's from Canada. She had her old cell phone and she was playing voice notes from the old phone, like his voice and shit, things he was saying to her. Like it was so, so well done. And you guys remember Danity Kane, the group, Danity Kane? Well, D Woods from Danity Kane, I know D Woods. I know her as Juanita, because that's her real name. Those of you that have been following my yes, Cat Passion. Cat Passion is the model. D Woods got stories. So I know D Woods in real life. Now I haven't talked to her in years, but like if we ran into each other in the store, we'd be like, oh hey, yeah, we would talk. She used to date a friend of mine. All of my friends are not gay. She dated a friend of mine, and she used to be in this theater company that I used to write for. Those of you that have been following my content for a while, you guys know that I used to write for a theater company when I first moved to Atlanta. I was 22 years old. Wait a minute, Tracy. You on my street right now. You are on my street right now. I was just like, I don't understand why Lorianne Gibson hasn't stepped up and said anything yet. Because if anybody knows something, she does. And I'm just like, excuse me, the fact that you're not saying anything, in my opinion, makes you complicit. That's just my opinion. But D Woods, aka Juanita, or Juanita, aka D Woods, yeah, Miss Boom Cat, was telling her story on there, and what she said was there were so many people who didn't believe her, and there were so many people who said they were victim shaming. And so when I was watching it, Mike said maybe she don't want to incriminate herself. But as I was watching it, it made me think about the 3 biggest cases that we've been seeing in, I guess, the past decade. Bill Cosby, R. Kelly, and now Diddy. And when I say 3 biggest cases, I'm talking about in terms of Black people. I know Harvey Weinstein and Epstein and all those other people, but I'm just thinking about in terms of Black people. And for me, when she said that she was victim blamed and all those other things, it made me think about who are we as a people? Who are we as a people that our first instinct is to say that these people are lying? Now, I do believe that we should listen and critique. I think that we should listen to victims, but I think we should also critique what they're saying. But I don't think that we should attempt to make a person feel like they were stupid or how could you do that? Or because again, one of my favorite sayings is We are all one bad decision away from making, I'm sorry, we are all one decision away from making the same bad decision that someone else made. And it's easy to sit in our chair at our home watching and saying, oh, child, I would have never fallen for that. I wouldn't have done no shit like that. But like when his personal assistant was talking about his personal assistant, I didn't put you in timeout. One of the moderators put you in timeout because we eat over here. You said it was bad manners, but we eat over here. His personal assistant was basically getting all of the accoutrement for his freak offs. Cialis, lube, condoms, his Apple TV. Like he was setting all of those things up. It's also on Peacock as well. It's on Max. If you don't have Max, it's also on Peacock. If you don't have Peacock or Max, then good luck and good night. But even like the girl Cat Passion, the model. Yes, he was sniffing pink cocaine. What the fuck is pink cocaine? He was doing Molly. He was doing all of this stuff. But my thing is this. When you're in another country with someone, like with the girl Cat Passion, she was in Italy. She was in Italy at the Amalfi. They were in the Amalfi Coast. That's one of my places that I want to visit at some point. And something happens, like something happens with him. How do you just say, fuck you, da da da? You in a whole nother country. How are you gonna get back? How are you gonna get back home? You understand what I'm saying? And then they showed how there were so many instances that Cassie tried to break free. I felt like his security was complicit. When his security went to the hotel and got her, remember when he beat her up really badly? And she went and he told the security, the bodyguard, to take her to that hotel in Beverly Hills. And she was there for a week. And then when the security went to the hotel to get her, Diddy told security to go and get her. She said she wasn't coming back. But he sent for her, so she came back. But it's just like, when you're trapped like that, even with, do you remember the Hispanic woman? She had on the red top, and she was dating one of the producers that worked for Bad Boy. I think the security needs to be locked up too. She was dating one of his she was dating one of his producers. And so she had a rapport with Diddy. And he invited her to the studio one night because she said he needed to talk to her about the guy's work ethic and this, that, and the third. And he ended up raping her in the studio. He sodomized her. Then he raped her vaginally. Like, she didn't report it. She didn't go to the authorities. But I mean, like, there were so many. I mean, they covered the Shine case when he had that gun. The girl who got shot in her face in that club in New York was in this documentary and said she saw him with the gun and she knows that that's who shot her in her face. I was wondering last night, did J-Lo see any of this behavior from him? I don't think he probably would have tried her the way he tried Cassie and all these other women that he dated because they weren't famous. But I'm wondering, I know she knew that he shot that gun. Like, to me, it makes me wonder, like, how does that rest with your soul? Knowing that you were there, knowing that you saw him shoot. Now, they did break up shortly after that. But still, knowing that you didn't say anything, even the security, even the driver did tell the authorities that, he saw Diddy with the gun and this, that, and the third. He told everything he knew, but Diddy still got off. When I say this documentary was well done, it was well done. I don't think he ever needs to get out of jail. Ever. Then it made me wonder about his kids. I heard Bill Clinton say, this was during the Monica Lewinsky scandal shit, or after. I heard Bill Clinton say, and I never forgot this, and it is so true. There's a moment that every child realizes that their parent isn't perfect. And I'm wondering, have his kids started to notice that there's some truth to some of this stuff? Or are they still very much so? Farnsworth Bentley is somewhere married with children, okay? I ain't gonna tell you, I met him at a club one night years ago, okay? But I'm wondering if his kids are starting to realize that he's been lying to them, or are they still in the dark? Because see, what I know to be true is a lot of times these public people will tell their kids, oh, don't believe nothing that you see in the press. They're just hating because I'm successful, because I'm rich, I'm famous. That he has probably brainwashed those kids into believing that everything that's in the news is just fake, it's a lie, and they're just trying to bring him down. He has them brainwashed. But they talked about how he was abusive to Misa, which was his first son's mother. They talked about that. When I say this documentary was a deep dive. There were people who went to Howard with him. There was a woman who went to Howard with him who said that they were in their dormitory one night and they heard one of their dorm mates, a woman, screaming, like crying and yelling out, and he was fussing and cussing. They opened up the dorm window and they were yelling out, leave her alone, let her go. He said, shut the fuck up, mind your business. Like, he was beating this girl with a belt. And it never went reported. It never got reported. But he was abusive to Misa. And so I'm wondering how much Justin knows. Justin is his firstborn. Justin is the one he named those restaurants after. And then they talked about how he was abusive to Kim Porter. Now, the thing that they did not insinuate that he had anything to do with Kim's death. And I think I was thinking about this earlier. I think that that's smart though, because he could probably try to sue them. He would probably still try to sue them, but everything that they showed was documented. They had documentation for it. But if they had even suggested that he possibly killed Kim, I'm sure that he would have tried to sue them on the grounds of slander. But I didn't know that Cassie was dating Ryan Leslie. He was abusive to his mother too, but they also talked about how she was abusive to him as a child. One of his best friends who actually lived in the house with him and his mom said that Janice didn't play. She was very tough on him. If he got into a fight, she told him, don't come in this house until you go back and you win. If somebody took something from him, he had to go back and get it. But I don't know. It wasn't a nurturing home. So I was thinking about that as well, how those tables turned, how she was a bully to him, and then he became a bully to her, his own mother. But I didn't know that Cassie dated Ryan Leslie. And Puffy took Cassie from Ryan Leslie. Just like he took Kim Porter from Albie Shore. It's a mess. But that documentary is very, very, very good. And then they showed like whenever he was embroiled in these really big scandals, like the shooting at that club when Sean took the fall for it. Right after that, he got into this vote or die thing. Remember he was doing that whole campaign, vote or die, and he was doing the T-shirts. He was trying to get everybody to vote, and then they showed how he was trying to start. He started canoodling with like Senator Obama. This was before Obama was running for president. He was just a senator. But he started canoodling with him. He started rubbing elbows in certain circles because he understood PR. He understood PR. And so he always had a way of spinning things and making the public forget about whatever catastrophe just happened. But it was very, very good. But anyway, listen, I'm about to go ahead and crawl in this bed because I am exhausted. You guys have an amazing night. Brush your teeth, floss your teeth, and brush your tongue. And you may even want to oil pull. Okay? I got some Patreon that I need to upload. Greg and I were talking today. But he and I are going to get together this weekend, so I may save it and get some more for that. So anyway, I'll see you guys soon.